I've got two really quick things I just wanted to share with everyone. I just came across this the other day and I thought really worth sharing with everyone. It's a website called nomoremarking.com. It only works if you do the www dot. I've made this mistake. All week I've been trying to use it. I thought the website was down and I was just typing nomoremarking.com. Use the 3 W's and you'll get to it. I think this is really interesting and I just wanted to share it to encourage people to have a go with it. It's based on the idea that there's quite a lot of research that says that people are really bad at taking something and making an objective judgment about how good it is, but they're quite good at taking two things and making a comparative judgment between them. This is an engine on a website for an adaptive comparative judgment system where you can put lots of work in and you can make judgments on it based on being presented with two pieces of work and just simply choosing which one's better. And it sorts out doing that over and over again and comparing all these pieces of work with each other and then figuring out what the ranking of which ones are the best and which ones are not the best. It's a really interesting idea, I think, for marking. It raises some really interesting questions about norm reference and criterion reference assessment, which I'm not going to go into, but really fascinating. I get all my tweets displayed up here, which is great. If you go on the blog, the guy who runs it is trying to run a bit of an experiment. He's asking for anyone who teaches Year 7, and I think, I've only read this very quickly just tonight, I think it's people who teach Year 7 English particularly, to get their Year 7s to do a piece of work, and he's trying to do a really big trial of this adaptive comparative judgment to see how useful it is. So if this is something that you're interested in, have a little look at that and see if you can get involved. He wants people to submit some work and also to have a go at actually doing some judgments and judging and see how this whole thing works. So take it away, have a go with it. It's one of those tools that you can use. I think it probably is in a very early version, so you may experience some bugs, but if you want to be at the cutting edge of trying out ideas about trying to rid us of the horrors of marking, then that's something that you could use. The other thing that I wanted to quickly share is over here, which is a guy that I've been working with. This is just a link to the page. A guy I've been working with called Tom Doust has been doing some research about teachers and online networks and sharing. And I think I've had so many conversations with people, seen so many tweets tonight, about people talking about the power of events like this and how sharing things through things like Twitter and blogs and then face-to-face through events like this is really powerful. He's done some research where he went to, it's a small scale, but he went to 10 teach meets and interviewed people, questioned them about what they got out of them. And he's got some really interesting stuff to share. So we're running a free event at Nesta at the end of the month about this. You can get to the Eventbrite page there. It's in London, just around the corner actually. He's going to be speaking, sharing this research. David Price, who was just mentioned, who's just written a really interesting book about open sharing and how that relates to education, is going to be speaking as well. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then take a look at that. And I feel really privileged to be doing the last presentation because I get to say, can we say a really big thank you to particularly Helen and also Kevin as well, who's had a big role.